again, everyone. Welcome back to Ghostwood, the Twin Peaks podcast. I'm Charles Skaggs, one of your co-hosts, back in Ghostwood Forest, ready to talk some Twin Peaks at long last with my wonderful co-host, wonderful friend, and fellow writer of the Alan Smithy version of Dune, Xan Sprouse. How you doing, Zan?
I'm doing good, Charles. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm surviving. I've got,
Thank you again for an amazing introduction.
Well, thank you. I try. It's not easy sometimes trying to come up with these off the cuff, but, I try my best. I don't always succeed, but I try.
But you're always so kind to me, and I appreciate it.
Well, why wouldn't I be?
Yeah.
You're like one of my favorite people ever. So.
Well, you're one of my favorite people ever, but that doesn't necessarily mean I assume the return.
Yeah. So I know everybody, we were off for a good while, but we got back, and we did our Elephant Man criterion at long last. So we thought, well, hey, we need to do at least one more episode before the holidays. So here... Okay, I have no idea what that just happened, but...
What just happened?
I don't know. I hear a bunch of strange noises coming.
That's weird.
Sounds like tapes, something screeching.
Oh, I opened a door. I'm sorry.
That would be it.
I'm sorry.
Just like, what is that? All right, so...
It's a door.
Zane's throwing me off here, guys. All right.
I'm sorry. I'm throwing you off your game. I apologize.
That's okay. So, yeah, here at episode 89, we are going to be talking Wounds and Scars. I love Zan's ripping stuff.
I'm sorry. A delivery just got delivered. It's a Christmas present. I'm going to show you what it is, but you can't say what it is out loud.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's cool.
Thank you. So, all right.
Okay.
Sorry, everybody.
Okay.
There, okay.
See, this is why we need
I got a notification saying...
Yeah, you don't want to leave it on the porch because of porch pirates.
Porch pirates, and it's snowing. So...
Yeah. So everybody...
The weather outside is frightful, Charles.
But the fire is so delightful.
It's so delightful, yeah.
Oh, wait, that's tomorrow. We got to save that for tomorrow.
That's tomorrow, yeah. That's a little sneak preview for our...
Drunk Cinema
Christmas special.
Yep.
Yep.
So obviously this is why we need to break for the holidays, you guys, because all this stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
So here at episode 89, we're going to be talking Wounds and Scars.
Wounds and Scars.
And we decided to review this episode. We're to talk about this episode because of the passing of David L. Lander that we talked about last time. So rest in peace, David. You were awesome. And so we thought this would be a nice little tribute because he features pretty prominently in this one as Tim Pinkle.
Tim Pinkle.
So this is our little sort of tribute. And because it's been so long since we've been talking Twin Peaks fully, that we thought it would be a good way to kind of get back into the Twin Peaks central theme vibe once again. And especially it works out great because, hey, Zan's probably not aware of this, but 5 days from now is going to be the 4th anniversary of Ghostwood, the Twin Peaks podcast.
Is it really?
It is really. You have put up with my nonsense on podcasts for 4 years.
Oh my gosh.
So that's obviously has to give you some kind of status where you can get some kind of medal or...
Well, I think the medal belongs to our audience.
At least to some kind of floral arrangement.
Yeah, both of our nonsense for 4 years. So what, December 22nd was our first episode?
Exactly. That was our first episode.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Back in 2016.
2016. Oh.
Because remember we wanted to start talking about Twin Peaks before the new series.
We did. We started.
We talked The Secret History of Twin Peaks in our first episode, which to date is our most downloaded episode.
It's a good freaking book, you guys.
It is.
If you haven't read it, you need to.
So if you haven't checked out our very first episode, The Secret History of Twin Peaks, highly recommend it. But yeah, I just thought I'd share the news that,
That's awesome. I did not realize that.
Yep. Yeah, so
4 years.
Pretty cool, right?
That's super cool, Charles.
And I've had so much fun with you over these past 4 years.
This has been so much fun. We need David Lynch and Mark Frost to give us 4 more years of material to talk about.
There you go. Well, at least David Lynch is working on a new show.
David Lynch is working on it. I finished David Lynch's masterclass.
Oh, how was it?
It was amazing. It was really, really amazing. And I'm not going to go through it because you should all subscribe to Masterclass and watch it for yourself because it's awesome.
Spoilers. Yeah.
But to live the artist life, you need to constantly be nurturing your ideas. You need to have ideas. So always write things down.
Yeah.
He said, he's lost about 3 great ideas because he thought he'd remember them and he didn't write them down. So
I always write them
keep
down.
paper, always keep your
Use
ideas
like
down.
Post-its. Yeah.
And he did something that I think is really wonderful, that he acknowledged that, to live the art life means living and creating, but not everybody can do that. So just, sometimes you have to have a job that funds your art life, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And I liked that he acknowledged that that's something that not everybody not everybody's second movie can be nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah. Not everybody can be a professional artiste. Yeah.
Exactly. And he says that even if you have to have a job that helps you survive, you still should spend your time with your ideas as much as you can. So,
yeah,
which is a philosophy I've had forever, that that sometimes your job funds your life.
Right.
And
I think I've mentioned this before, that when I was in college, I had the option like, well, do I want to get an English degree and develop, my writing, or do I want to eat?
Right.
So I opted for the business degree.
There you go.
So I understand that.
That was Chris. His degree is in graphic design.
Yeah, which is a much more marketable. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what got him his first job. And my friend Brett, who was talking about English degrees, he said that he had started out on an English degree as well to be a writer.
Mm-hmm.
And he said somebody had told, when he was older, somebody had told him he was going to be an English major, and he said, why? And whoever this was got a little defensive. He's like, no, I'm not trying to make a quality judgment on your choices. You just have to have a really specific reason why you want to major in that. Because if you're an English major so you can feel smart, that's
right.
perfectly fine, as long as you realize that you will be feeling smart while eating ramen. Which I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So, yeah. English major is one of those where you really have to have some major goals.
Yeah.
To be,
or you have to have a trust fund to afford it. Yeah.
If you want to eat. Yeah. That's the thing. So.
Those of us in the real world who aren't secretly millionaire Bruce Wayne.
Right. There's so few.
I know, right? Exactly. So that's all I had for that. Obviously, we're going to talk Wounds and Scars, which was the 17th episode of Twin Peaks Season 2, aired way back in March 28th, 1991. So that's going to be celebrating its 30th anniversary here, not too long from now.
Yep.
Written by Barry Pullman, who wrote 3 other episodes of Twin Peaks, including The Orchid's Curse, Masked Ball, and the penultimate episode of Twin Peaks, the original series, Miss Twin Peaks.
Oh.
Yeah, and this was directed by James Foley.
The log lady stole my truck.
The log lady stole my truck.
No, William Earl stole your truck.
That reminds me, I don't know, for anybody who follows our Ghostwood page on Facebook, I went ahead and posted the 12 Days of Christmas as sung by the Twin Peaks cast.
That's amazing. I've not been on Facebook much today.
Yeah.
But that's incredible.
But yeah, I don't know if you've ever heard it, but if you haven't, I shared it. So it's got like Jack Nance, it's got Kyle MacLachlan, Kimmy Robertson, Dana Ashbrook. So I highly recommend you check it out. Oh, and Frank Silva is Bob.
Oh man, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch it.
It's worth it. It's worth it. Trust me.
We'll see what happens. Yeah.
But Kimmy Robertson is just all kinds of adorable when she's like, 5 jelly donuts.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's worth it.
I will have to add that to my Christmas mix.
Yeah, so check that out if you would. I just thought I'd share that, especially given the holiday season for everybody.
Heck yeah.
All right, a little bit of trivia before we get started. Apparently in this one, since we're talking about David L. Lander as Tim Pinkle, there's the great scene that's going to be toward the end of the episode where Tim holds up the pine weasel, which is really a ferret, and holds it up right in Dick Tremayne's face. And the pine weasel proceeds to get startled by a camera flash and bites Dick on the nose.
Awesome.
It's setting off all kinds of chaos at the Stop Ghostwood fashion show. So in the script, it was implied that Tim, even more that was depicted in the episode, intentionally made the pine weasel bite Dick on purpose. So,
yeah, of course.
Because, Dick being, very dismissive, very smarmy, just one of those people that you'd want to punch in the face.
He's just really, really shitty to Lucy. That's why I don't like him.
Well, he's kind of shitty to a lot of people in this episode.
He is, but mostly Lucy.
Including Tim Pinkle. So I think Tim tried to get a little revenge.
Yeah, he's Pinkle.
So don't mess with Mr.
The only person he's
Pinkle.
even remotely nice to is Lana.
Right.
Yeah. So, uh-oh.
And also, we're not going to be talking about this while Zane tries to recover her episode.
Yeah, it was on pause for too long. No, keep going.
This episode is interesting because at the beginning, the previously on Twin Peaks recap segment, this one's longer than usual because ABC had previously put the series on hiatus for 6 weeks due to low ratings, effectively sort of canceling it, but not quite.
Yeah.
And this segment was narrated by Kyle MacLachlan as if it was Cooper dictating into his dictaphone recording for Diane.
Yes.
Essentially recapping the log lady's this, the Bobby Briggs did this, Nadine's this, and basically catching up people on what happened in 6 weeks ago in the episode Dispute Between Brothers.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So we're not going to watch the recap, though, are we, Charles?
We are not going to watch the recap.
No, we're not going to. We're going to leave the recap out of it.
We're going to leave the recap out of this, exactly.
So what we're doing is we're doing our usual. As soon as it goes dark after Mark Frost and David Lynch, that's where we're going to start.
And now it's dark.
Yep,
the black screen of blackness.
I'll watch anything that moves.
All right, so let me go put in my secondary headphones so I can listen.
See, I'm just relying on closed captions, so I'm missing out on the Angelo Badalamenti goodness.
Yeah.
But I've seen it before. I've got the soundtrack.
Well, I have the sound down low, but
there you go.
I like to at least get a little hint of it.
I will say, Charles, the new headphones that I got when I tested on them,
right,
was Shadow by the Chromatics.
Oh, fantastic! And how did it sound?
Yeah, it sounded lovely. So I'm like, all right, these were a good purchase.
Yeah. I don't know how many people also saw on our Ghostwood Facebook page, but yours truly got a like from one of the Chromatics.
I know.
So that was pretty cool.
I'd be pretty psyched about that, frankly.
Yeah, I was pretty happy about that because he was responding to a post from they did a while ago that about that I think it was when we were doing I was watching the Return pilot, with where the Chromatics do Shadow, and I had like a picture of it, a picture of the Chromatics performance, and I posted that to Instagram, and that's what he responded to. So he really appreciated it, and so I was like, no, we appreciate you. It's like that episode made me a Chromatics fan for life.
For life, yeah, for sure, both of us.
Yeah, at the time, I wasn't anywhere near dialed in on who the Chromatics were, so I was just like, yes. Nope. So anyway, all right. So if everybody's ready, so we're roughly, like I said, the 1 minute 31 second mark, the black screen of blackness. And if you want to watch along with us, we'd love it if you did that. And we'll do our wonderful commentaries once again by the delightful Xan Sprouse. And yours truly. You got to put up with that. But that's the price, right?
Well, I like that.
Okay.
I'm sure everybody else does too.
Well, that's one. All right. So if everybody's ready, we'll do this in 3, 2, 1. Doink.
Boop. Aw. Josie's dead.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're picking up with after Josie ends up in a drawer knob in the Great Northern. Harry is sad.
Mm-hmm. Harry's sad, and I think he's been drunk for about 6 days.
Yeah, he's on a little bit of a bender.
Actually, he's probably been drunk for the entire 6-week hiatus.
That's true. Special guest star Billy Zane.
Yeah. Which
means Zane is going to be really appreciative of this episode.
Zane is very excited.
Yeah, and this
David L. Lander.
Yep, David L. Lander. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Rest in power.
Great David L. Lander. It was Christmas night, Eve at the poorhouse. I watched that the other night. I had not heard that song in forever. Lenny and Squeaky Christmas song about seeing a drunken Santa Claus outside the poorhouse.
That's funny.
It's very funny. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta digitize my Lenny and the Squigtones record.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I can't believe when you showed me that. That was fantastic.
Oh, yeah, heck yeah. Oh,
It's the Hawk delivery service.
oh, heck yeah.
Before there was Dine and Dash, there was Hawk.
Is that like coleslaw? That looks like coleslaw on the plate.
It's probably,
Maybe it's just skin on the potatoes or something.
yeah, something like that. It's probably like hash browns kind of thing.
Yeah, something.
Or something like that. I don't know.
Every time I watch this, I think about MST3K saying, bad movies have taught us that police in bad movies hold their belts a lot.
It's a
I
good
think it'd be
line.
hard not to, because where else do you put your hands? You've got all that crap hanging off of the side. It's not like you can access your pockets very easily.
No. You got to reach in for, pull out a stick of gum or something and you end up with your, firing your weapon.
Hawk is so hot.
Jack Daniels,
Really?
the official drink of Twin Peaks.
Annie!
Annie. How's Annie?
How's Annie?
Annie?
She's not good.
No, she's fine.
Oh my gosh, Charles.
Yes.
I had that suitcase. I actually had that suitcase
That's interesting.
for years and years and years. And I carried it a couple of times, but it's an old Samsonite that doesn't have wheels. So it's a total pain in the ass. So I had designs about finding some like old mid-century coffee table or end table legs and turning it into an end table, but it just got beat up. So, but yeah, that's my suitcase.
That's cool.
And I'm realizing now that that's why I bought it. I found it at a thrift shop, and that is literally this episode is literally why I bought that suitcase. I had a matching.
Oh, you would, because after seeing this, you were like, I got to get that suitcase.
After seeing this, I saw it. I want to say I saw it at the old Salvation Army, back when the big main Salvation Army used to be on Front Street.
Compelling.
Yeah.
She's like, whatever, old man.
Oh.
My mind to your mind, my thoughts to your thoughts. Oh wait.
Remember, Doctor. Oh. I love how the log looks like a little dude just going, hello.
But how happy were we that those two characters finally hooked up?
I know, it's about time. Yeah.
Cooper's still rocking the plaid.
Well, Cooper, he's not an FBI agent right now.
No, he's gone to plaid.
So, you want to take a 5-minute break? Smoke him if you got him.
Thud.
So, yeah, there's a lot of international espionage going on around here. First of all, they have the Canadian drug problem, and Josie only weighed 65 pounds when she died.
Huh. And I'm with Hawk on this one. How is that even possible?
Yeah,
Did she lose some body parts or something? Because there's no other way.
There is that legend that the body loses 21 grams when your soul departs from your body.
Right.
But that's nowhere near 60. That's nowhere near getting you down to 65 pounds.
I mean, did she have like bird bones or something?
Yeah,
all hollow?
did all of her marrow just leave her or something? Yeah, seriously. I do, however, I feel like in a place like Twin Peaks where there's woods and cabins everywhere,
right?
Windham Earle would probably be easy to find.
You would think,
there's people
right?
out there all the time. Yeah. So, but yeah, so they have the drug coming in for Canada. They have the prostitution coming for Canada. They have,
remember, this is right after the Dead Dog Farm storyline.
Dead Dog Farm. They have Thomas Eckhart coming in.
Eckhart.
From, did he come in from Hong Kong, or did he come from South Africa?
I want to say Hong Kong.
Because but he is South African, and Jones is, when Eckhart and Jones talk to each other, they speak Afrikaans.
Afrikaans? Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if she's from South Africa also, or if she's just very worldly and knows a lot of languages, but So yeah, we've got a lot of stuff going on, and we have Andrew Packard back from the dead. So,
Yeah, well, I was, doing my research for this one, I realized I forgot how much this episode has in it. It's pretty jam-packed.
Oh, yeah. This is jam-packed. Yeah, we've got...
And it's kind of like
frankly,
the show gets back on track around this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the second episode of Twin Peaks I ever saw, because like I said, Charles, I came into it late.
Yeah, so you're right. The first episode was where Josie dies, right?
Josie dies. So yeah, my first episode,
the condemned woman.
Like I said, I'll never forget it. I was at my friend Kristen's house with my friend Kristen and Sarah and their friend, I think his name was Steve. They would all watch Twin Peaks together, and I had never seen it before. And I just remember Bob coming on and Kristen screaming.
Whack.
Yeah.
When a Leo comes along, you must whip him.
I still don't feel bad for anything that happens to Leo here.
No, because he's a wife abuser. So yeah, he's a wife beater.
Yeah, exactly. Now, this totally faked me out right here.
He's playing the flute.
Playing the flute, and then you see his ring.
Yeah.
And you think that ring is going to come into play, and it never has.
Nope.
It never came into play, and oh, look at this beautiful, beautiful
Hello, legs.
Oh my gosh.
That reminds me, I must get my watch fixed.
Yeah. She's a gorgeous woman inside and out. My goodness. She's such a kind-hearted soul. And you know what? They may be models, but let's not forget that this woman is wearing basically a pantsuit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like pajamas with a sweater.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
And here's Dick being creepy.
Ian Buchanan is so perfect in this role.
Speaking right to their breasts.
Yeah. What's a pinkle?
What's a pinkle?
I love it. Oh, here he comes, everybody. The great David Lander.
Yep.
Who...
A ferret.
No matter how many things he's in, he's going to be forever Squiggy.
Yes.
Hello!
Oh yeah, that guy. It's the Phantom.
It is. There is so much beauty in this scene right here. This was a couple I was really rooting for.
Right.
I was really hoping that in the return we would see that he came back from, where did he go? South America?
Something like that. He had to go off and save somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he just flies off and leaves her there. Nice day for a picnic.
I need outdoor stuff. Blanket, basket, and food. Yeah. It's like you live in a hotel, Zach and Cody. You can find some food somewhere.
Nice reference.
And, as much as I hate to
Mr. Dinkle.
Mr. Dinkle, yeah. He's as much as I hate to give Dick Tremayne credit for anything,
right?
He's not wrong when he says you probably shouldn't use a stuffed version of something you are trying to prevent from being endangered.
Yeah, it's not really a good look, is it?
It's not a good look, yeah. See, Harry didn't even eat the bacon.
No.
I mean, can you imagine how sad do you have to be to not eat the bacon?
He must be seriously messed up to not eat bacon. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it interferes with that Jack Daniels drinking.
I forgot about Jonathan.
Yep.
This pisses me off.
What?
Okay. He's just sort of he's basically yeah, I don't want to hear it, Cooper, when Cooper's telling him she murdered this guy, murdered this guy, murdered this guy. And then he's like, yeah, she's had 2 arrests for prostitution, and that's what gets him.
Right.
Seriously, Harry? I mean, come on.
Harry's to be fair, he's reeling because he just lost the love of his life. And
he is, but I mean, I understand that, but I honestly...
Why is Cooper wearing a life preserver?
It's he's in the Coast Guard. How long are you in for, Cooper? Oh,
Hello, Jones.
now that's something I need to finish watching on Hulu. Is the new
Animaniacs.
Animaniacs. Started it, but then I got sidetracked
Sidetracked.
by other things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's good?
it's wonderful. Yeah, a lot of people are. I saw a lot of like bad reviews on it, but I think people just have better memories than they do, and it's still very cynical and biting.
Oh, she
And
says
I
Hong
just think
Kong. Back to Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. Okay, so that's where he was.
So I was right. Yay. Yeah,
So,
Jones is played by Brenda Strong, who, if you're a fan of Supergirl, you probably recognize her as Lillian Luthor on that show.
okay.
Lex's mom.
I like her quite a bit in this. She's so
I love that
ominous.
she just happens to have a gun right there at the table.
Yeah, she probably has it in that front door, and she's just not even
Phased? Not phased at all?
she's not even phased by Catherine. And Catherine plays Catherine's biggest problem is she plays all of her cards too fast,
Yeah.
and that's what's going on here.
Well, she gets arrogant. She thinks she's got all the moves
Yeah.
figured out, and she really doesn't.
No, she doesn't at all. So this is like, when you think about it, this is such an elaborate thing that he's cooked up for this.
Yeah.
And it like,
And we know how this pays off because obviously, in
it doesn't
the
even
bank vault.
kill the right
Yes.
people
Right.
necessarily, you know? Oh,
Hello.
creepy.
Yep. Excuse me, I'm
Yeah,
Wyndham
use
Earl in
the,
disguise.
yeah, use the phone like a normal person, weirdo.
Right. You just show up. Well, to be fair, he does have a gift.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But did he just call him Bill and then call him Will?
Yeah.
See? I mean, I feel like that would be
Oh, Donna,
just be
I had a girl. Donna was her name.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, I love that shot because it always reminds me of Bob creeping over the couch,
It really does. Yeah.
coming right at you at the TV.
Oh, she's drinking a little Coke out of the bottle and eating a little sandwich.
Yep. And she even has a straw out of the bottle.
I know. It's so cute. Don't knock small towns until you've lived in a city. No.
No, you can
Considering
knock small towns. Because I grew up in a small town and I live near a big city, and I'm all for the big city.
it's
I'm cool
like
with
people
that.
make fun. People make fun of the suburbs, but we've got the quiet of the small town, but we have a city 5 minutes away.
Exactly. It's the best of both worlds.
It's quite nice. Yeah.
Yeah. It's quite choice.
Yeah. It is so. If you have the means, I highly recommend living in a suburb. But yeah, because I have my friend Barbara, lived in the short north for a while,
Yeah.
which was cool unless anyone wanted to visit her.
In Columbus, by the
And
way, everybody.
during Comfest, it was
Yeah.
like a nightmare. Yeah,
Oh, I'm
it was
sure.
mhm.
Yeah, I don't think
I
I'd
mean,
want to
her
live in the short
building,
north. No.
yeah, her building had a parking garage and she had a parking space. But if I would go visit her, I would like take the bus and then Chris would come get me because it was just too hard to find a parking spot. I would have to park like 10 blocks away
Right.
and at a meter. So you'd have to factor in like the 10 minutes to walk to the meter when you have to go to refill it.
By the way, Donna, I happen to have a gift here for your dad.
Yeah. And this is creepy too, because he's like, are you the oldest of the three girls? Are they all as pretty as you? It's like,
Right.
gross.
Yeah.
I mean, I know back in the day, people thought that was like a really nice compliment to young women, but it's just gross now.
Yeah, it was a little easier to get away with in the 90s.
Yeah. There's more to young women than just how pretty they are, okay?
Yeah.
It's
Pete.
all about how
I love that they gave Pete something to do toward the end of the show.
And this is why I thought that the secret history of Twin Peaks was so strange when they talked about the differences between him and Catherine, and they said Catherine played chess, Pete played checkers. And I just wanted to say, no.
No, it was the other way around.
It was completely the other way around. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
what they're trying to do here is they are trying to find a way to stalemate Wyndham Earl's game.
So that nobody gets killed, because every time Wyndham Earl every time a piece is taken off the board, Wyndham Earl kills somebody.
Right, and they're realizing that they can't end the game in less than 4 moves. So I think it's like 4 more people are going to have to die.
Yeah. Poor Pete is anguished over this. He's like, I don't want anybody to die. So he's trying to come up with the perfect solution here.
Right. So he's like, in the one that's going to be the easiest, we've got 6 people, which I can maybe reduce, but if you want me to do this fast, we're going to lose 12 people. Yep. So he wants royalty. The Queen of Twin Peaks.
Yes. And remember, Cooper's blackjack guy. He's not chess guy.
Right. Oh, and here's Andy and Lucy talking about how the night can move.
Without doing the little hook thing.
You have to do the little hook thing, Andy. That's the only way.
It's a privilege.
It's his privilege, yeah.
Every time? Yes,
every time. No one else gets to make that move.
I love that, Pete, who is so often dismissed by Catherine as being dumb and stupid, he's this chess prodigy.
Is this chess prodigy and helping people, and helping save lives, while Catherine is just doing nothing.
Right.
And Pete is right, because
this just got interesting.
Talk. Yeah. The Queen on a chessboard can pretty much move any way she wants.
Yeah.
Yeah. She can pretty much move any way she wants. She can move forward, back, diagonal, but she cannot do the hook thing like the knight does. He is the only one that can do that. My log noticed.
Remember.
I'm surprised she calls it her log. Hey, it's my tattoo.
Hello, legs.
Yeah, I have that tattooed on my right leg.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Which I thought was awesome, by the way.
I would like to add to it and have a blue rose tattooed under it.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, but it's COVID.
Yeah, not a good time to get a tattoo.
And my tattoo artists are they're very safe and very hygienic.
Well, I'm sure they are.
Even during the best of times, that would be where I would go for COVID, because it's nothing but, autoclaves and gloves over there. But, I just haven't had a chance. But, I have that tattooed on the back of my right leg, just like
the log lady.
Margaret Lanterman does. Yep. Like I said, I think it's bizarre that she calls the log her log and not her husband's name. Because that's why she has the log, is because her husband is in it.
Yeah, there's I always found the log lady there needed to be more backstory with her.
Mm-hmm.
We really needed to see the events of how her husband died. We never got that.
Right. Yeah, he died the night that they got married too, so it's so sad.
The Phantom is singing.
Yep. It's such a depressing song too.
Right.
I mean, I would listen to him sing, anything.
He does a good job of it.
Yeah. Oh my God. He's amazing.
Especially if he's serenading Audrey Horne. But
you know what I never noticed until I started watching this in HD?
Yeah.
That Audrey's jacket is blue. I always thought it was black and white houndstooth, but it's blue and white houndstooth.
See, this is the importance of HD, guys.
That's what we need HD for, yeah.
Make those colors pop.
Yeah. It still is a little bit weird because, I think he's probably supposed to be a good, 10, 12 years older than her. which is not an issue in itself. It's just the fact that she is like just now 18, which is a
Right.
little strange. But he's very sweet, and he's not. He doesn't give me the predator vibe.
Well, he's really her first true love.
Exactly.
She crushed on Cooper, but that wasn't really love.
Right. She crushed on Cooper, but I think she really does. They really do
But
love each other.
this was reciprocated, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's so sad that they had to be apart, and now she's in a coma or wherever the hell she is.
Weasels.
Weasels. Pine weasels.
Pine weasels. Nice day for a picnic.
Oh, there was this woman hiker, and we asked her to take pictures for us.
Holy smokes.
Holy smokes. Here we go.
Still working on
How
that
long is it
same
going to
bottle.
take it? That Coke is probably warm by now. How long is it going to take you to drink that thing?
Well, considering how thin she is, probably quite a while. She takes like one sip an hour.
Yeah, seriously. Or maybe she's drinking like a Coke, maybe she's drinking a Coke like Mrs. Palmer is smoking.
Oh, so that's like her fifth Coke in the past hour.
Yeah, it's like her fifth Coke of the day. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can't quite quit the habit.
Yeah. So here we find out that Gerald Craig was his roommate, who is dead, and Doc Hayward tried to save him. And the phone number he left was the phone number of a cemetery, which is, I wonder if that's where Gerald Craig is born or buried.
Go.
Oh, it's
Knight's Kitchen, King's Bishop 3. Yes.
And if you see him, call the freaking police.
Right. Call the church police.
Actually, if you see him, hit him in the head.
Yeah, that would be good too.
Yeah.
But I like how instantly serious Doc Hayward gets.
Oh yeah, he's like, this is not cool.
Yeah.
How do you divorce a crazy woman who doesn't know she's married to you?
See, legally, I can't see this divorce being approved because she'd have to be of sound mind, right?
I can't. Well, sort of.
I don't know how that works. If there's some kind of, a clause that allows for that.
There is a clause that allows for that. For example, if you are, I cannot think of the name of this woman. There was a woman who it was within the last 15 years. There was a woman who had been kept on life support by her family for a decade, for a really, really long time, even though her husband kept petitioning for removing her from life support because she didn't have a living will, but he knew that that's what she wanted. But her family was like, no, we can't lose her. She still grabs my hand when I talk, things like that. So they had all this false hope. So they kept her alive against her and her husband's wishes. And her husband, like I said, it had been 15 years that she was like this. And her husband, I think, was petitioning for a divorce from her so he could marry somebody else that he met 8 years into her vegetative state, into his wife's vegetative state. So it wasn't, it was, the doctors were saying there's really not anything we can do. There's no hope. There's nothing going on. And so he started dating and he wanted to marry this other woman. And so I think he was petitioning for that. So you can petition for a divorce.
I love this part.
Somebody.
Hold on.
This is so great.
I think I've gone blind in my left eye. She just now realizes this.
So yeah, you can petition.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I thought that was great.
Oh, it's okay. No, you can petition for divorce from somebody who is committed or
right. Okay.
In a coma or something like that. So,
there have to be some kind of extenuating circumstances.
Yeah, but I don't know if getting hit on the head and thinking you're 16 is enough for it. But maybe it is. I don't know.
maybe
Okay, this is really strange.
yeah, because this is the introduction of this story, this plot line, this subplot where we find out that
Yeah,
apparently Ben is Donna's father.
is Donna's father, which explains why Donna never worked at the perfume counter.
Right.
So,
Making, of course, her and Audrey half-sisters.
yep, exactly. And it's just strange to me because it is so unlike Ben Horn to be in love with someone
Right.
for so long.
This is like my favorite Machen Amick thing ever.
Miss
Right
Double
here.
R. Yeah.
Yes. She totally kills it in this scene.
Oh, I know. This is so great. What would you do to bring about world peace? Well, this is such a fantastic
Yes,
zapping.
exactly. It's
Because
hilarious.
you can't make a fist when you're holding hands.
Yep. And then she does
perfect.
that little.
Norm is right. She is a shoe-in for this one.
Yeah.
She does really well. Oh, the penny saver. Oh my God, Wyndham Earl with his face tattoo of a spider.
It's Biker Wyndham Earl.
Oh, Charles, now I want a burger.
Yeah, right?
Why don't we get
do
burgers
this every time.
Every time we do this. Why aren't we getting burgers and donuts every time we do this?
We are the worst at planning this.
We don't plan properly.
No.
The problem is, Charles, by 7 p.m.,
yeah,
there's no donuts out there that you want to eat.
Well, normally also I've eaten dinner. So I'm like, okay, I don't think about eating because I've already eaten dinner.
Well, it's like, because we record this after work on Thursdays usually, and it's...
Here's
here
Cooper and Annie's meet cute.
Aww. And here we have another doomed Cooper relationship.
Yep. But she makes a mean cup of coffee.
Yep. Oh, Heather Graham.
Yep. Felicity Shagwell.
You look perfect. You look perfect right here. Why did you feel like you had to lose 100 pounds?
I know, right?
Seriously.
People are horrible.
People are horrible. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Chris and I were talking the other day about all the shitty comments that Billie Eilish has been getting.
That's recent. Yeah.
Yeah, she's perfect the way she is. She's just fine. See, I feel like Cooper knows something's up.
Okay. I like it strong.
Yeah,
scars.
Oh, poor Annie.
Yep. She cut the wrong way.
Yeah, it's the wrong way, but still, it's people.
Wait a minute. You made it
just right.
All right. Now you know it's true love because she made the perfect cup of coffee.
But I feel like Cooper knows something's up and he can't quite put his finger on it, and now Wyndham Earl is gone, and he didn't eat the burger.
Yeah, I know. That's such a waste of a burger. And it looked really good, too. Right?
It did. It was like a triple-decker.
Yeah. It was like Cooper sense tingling.
Yeah. He's broken every piece of furniture not nailed down. I wonder how much that would cost.
I honestly don't know what to do.
Get Sam in here and tell us how much furniture he's destroyed.
Right.
Financially speaking. Deputy Dale. Hey, you made him a deputy. Don't be all dismissive.
Right. Exactly. He's just trying to be alliterative.
Yeah, that's true.
So he's got a gun in one hand and a bottle of Jack that he still hasn't finished yet in the other.
You know, I love you, Michael Ontkean, but he's just not that great.
No, he's kind of overacting here, just a wee bit. Yes.
A little, yeah.
He's not a good actor when it comes to playing drunk.
Why don't you give me the gun?
His whole acting thing is just like, I'm going to scream every other word.
It's a little bit Bugs Bunny drunk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently Harry is an angry drunk. This might be a damn fine time to start.
He's gone through all of the... Yeah. He's going through all of the stages of grief.
Meanwhile, the Xan phone.
I'm so sorry. It's time to feed the cats.
Yeah, I muted mine, and I ended up getting a call from my parents. So.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. And she made everything better. Yeah. That's the thing about Josie, is that Josie, I think, really does have it in her to be as sweet as she was to Harry. And
Well, apparently Harry's the only person she treated nice.
no, she's nice to Pete.
Oh, that's true. She was nice to Pete. Yes, I
Yeah.
stand corrected. You're right.
You're
absolutely
there's
right.
still that, there's still that decent. She did what she did to survive, not because she's a psychopath.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, she was in the house with Catherine, so that didn't make her.
Yeah. So seriously, but she did what she did to survive, not because she was a psychopath. I mean, she's not like Wyndham Earle or anything like that. So
I feel you, bro. Bro hug.
I do truly believe that she was in love with Harry.
But because of who she was and how she had kind of boxed herself in.
Well, her past was coming back to catch up with her.
Right.
So, and he's right. She didn't have to die, but she was gonna go either to jail or back to certain doom in Hong Kong, probably. So. Yeah, somebody keep an eye on him, please.
Yes. Yeah, really?
Make sure he doesn't
walk off.
Yeah, swallow his own tongue.
Right.
You know
it's bad when even Hawk is worried.
This is such a wonderful quote. A man who doesn't love easily loves too much.
Yep.
So true. These are great shots.
Yep. It's good cinematography.
The Hinkmans.
Yep. I love that she's wearing sunglasses with an eye patch.
She's wearing sunglasses with an eye patch, and he looks like some sort of like 1930s, like he's trying to be Fred McMurray. And
no, you know what he looks like? He looks like kids, where you have like a kid sitting on top of another kid.
Like they're trying to get into an R-rated movie.
They're trying to pretend to be adults. Yeah, like they're wearing a big overcoat.
So there's a kid under like Bobby. He's on Bobby's shoulders or something like that.
Right, exactly.
So.
And then I love he gets called out by this girl at high school.
Which I want to know, like, why are there kids in high school just hanging out at this hotel?
That's a good question.
It's just
or maybe they're there for the fashion show.
Oh, they're there for the fashion show. That's what it is.
That's probably.
Look at that. Look at what Navy
crush
does.
That bell.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, who's going to fix this bell?
Yeah.
Stop Ghostwood. I don't think I'm down with that.
No, exactly. I mean,
you guys out there in podcast land may be thinking that, but no.
Well, we're not. We're against deforestation. I mean,
yes.
We just want to be the woods.
Right.
We'll happily house the pine weasel.
We are pro Ghostwood here.
Which sounds dirty when I say it like that, but you know what I'm saying.
It's okay. Cute ferret photos.
This looks like such a tiny little room to be having this fundraiser in.
Yeah, a little bit. It's like somebody's attic.
Oh, look at all of this. Look at all of this cultural appropriation. Hey, speaking of which, Charles, since we are in Ohio, we should probably mention this, that the Cleveland's baseball team is going to change their name finally.
Yep. It had to happen. So so now it's all like pressures on the Atlanta Braves and the what's the other one I was trying to think of?
The Chicago Blackhawks.
Chicago Blackhawks hockey team. Yep. Yeah. Florida Seminoles.
And isn't there an Oklahoma team that
Kansas City Chiefs?
Kansas City Chiefs, yeah. And if you think you recognize the models, maybe you've been to the perfume counter.
Yep.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, meaning we're not paying them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Richard Tremayne. Yeah. Slow clap.
Yeah, seriously. It looks such a tiny room.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Our delightful Lucy.
Now, obviously, the Stop Ghostwood campaign was a big metaphor for trying to save the Twin Peaks TV show.
Exactly. Exactly.
So anytime you hear them talking about wanting to save, for the future, they're
All
obviously
right.
referencing the show. So essentially what we have here is polka dots with plaid.
Polka dots with plaid with a checkered jacket and a checkered skirt.
And kind of a
little too
backwards
loud.
plaid ball cap.
Lucy can pull it off, but it's a little too loud.
Yeah.
Okay, Andy is not pulling this off at all.
No. This is a bit of a fashion faux pas. But
I
apparently,
love Andy in that orange turtleneck. I think that's adorable.
So
For
apparently,
the man who wants to make a statement.
apparently Dick Tremayne has really bad fashion choices.
Well, is he the manager of the men's department? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think so. At Horn's department store, yeah.
Yeah.
So you would think he would be responsible for picking these fashion choices.
He probably did it on purpose to make Andy look stupid.
Maybe. Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah, hurry Richard along because he's an idiot.
Richard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's getting a little hot with all the girls.
Now what, milk and cookies?
I know, right?
We do this every time.
Oh, every time.
Every damn time.
John Muir, what a wonderful person he was. I mean, we should have let the natives keep the land, but if we were going to do anything with it, at least we turn it into protected national parks. Yeah. What does Laura say about milk and cookie stuff?
Oh, here's here's mom with milk and cookies.
Here's mom with milk and cookies.
Yeah. That's right.
Catherine Martell is like, I know you. What are you up to?
Yeah. She's like, I'm not buying this, goody two shoes thing at all.
And that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. He's trying to scrub his conscience, but it doesn't work. He just goes right back to being Benjamin Horne after Audrey goes into her coma.
It's like, look, we had sex in a motel room. I know that you're not doing that. You're not on the up and up here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've seen you naked. Come on.
I think you're so smart that I've seen you naked, and I'll probably see you naked again. I mean, he's not wrong here. I mean, he's a terrible person.
He is.
It was very disappointing to me to see that he hadn't really changed all that much. I mean, he changed a little with how he was with Beverly.
Yeah. I mean, he did resist her.
Yeah, he did, but he cared about her.
Barely.
He cared about what was going on with her and her family. Yeah.
But here he's trying to convince Catherine that he's changed.
Mm-hmm.
And she's not buying this, of course.
Well, the thing is, I think he probably could have changed.
Do you think he was trying, did he actually believe it, or do you think it was all a ruse at this point?
I think,
because he is trying to sabotage her deal.
Yeah, he's trying to sabotage her deal. I think what happens is that Audrey's accident makes him go, well, screw this. What's the point? There's, the better I am. And even when he attacks, he gets in that fight with Dr. Hayward.
Yeah.
He realizes that, the better he is, the more damage he does. So I think that's probably why he goes back.
Mr. Tim Pinkle.
Mr. Tim Pinkle. Here we go, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. I see that's an ensemble right there. He looks very Christmassy, frankly.
Yeah. He looks fun. It's like he's ready for a party.
Yeah, he's ready for a party. Yes, David Lander, who was in Twin Peaks and the David Lynch short-lived comedy TV series On the Air, which is still one of my all-time favorite things, doing the typical 1950s trope of the foreigner with the funny accent.
Right.
So, which is a little bit forgivable for being like a 50s thing. And he's like from a country that really, it's just basically an Eastern European country.
It's fictional. It's a fictional country.
Yeah.
The endangered pine weasel.
Pine weasel.
He's such a cute little ferret.
I love this this insult where he says it's attracted to cheap cologne.
Yeah, that's where you know he's intentionally trying to get
Yeah.
the ferret to bite him.
Exactly. He's incredibly cute. Oh, look at him. He's so cute. They probably fed him some treats because he's licking his chops.
He is kind of doing that. Bright, shiny objects.
Must be my studs. Yeah, look at those.
Yep.
He's particularly attracted to various smells, like, believe it or not, very cheap
cologne. Burn.
Yeah. I think he wants to give him a kiss, Dick.
Give you a little kissy.
Come on, kiss the pine weasel.
Everybody's watching, so now he feels pressured.
Yeah. Oh, see, now you're just gonna...
Here we go, flash.
Flashbulb! Oh! It's a good sleight of hand, though.
Yep. And nice, good edit there, so they switched to the fake one.
Yep. And now here we have chaos. He is totally harmless. He's already endangered, so don't do anything to him. But
everything's under control. Situation normal. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you?
How are you? Boring conversation, anyway.
Luke, we're going to have company.
What I think is funny, what would have been funny is like...
Stay calm. Don't...
Yeah, baby.
Nothing to see here. Move along.
That's, yeah.
Yep.
A lot of fuss over a loose weasel also sounds dirty.
So here we go. Superman, Lois Lane. What do you think? Think it could work? Yeah?
I would watch that show.
You would watch that show?
Mm-hmm. Better than that bigoted Dean Cain any day.
Yeah, pretty much. The Lois and Clark show that we should have gotten.
Yeah, exactly. That's that was the Lois and Clark show that we need, but what we got was the Lois and Clark show that we deserved.
We deserved, yes, exactly.
Uh-oh.
Whack. So much for guarding Harry.
Yeah, exactly.
Good job. You're looking the other way. That's brilliant.
Yeah. So what exactly is the point of this?
She just liked the thrill of it, maybe?
I guess, but
I want to get into bed with a drunk guy.
It's like, what is she hoping to gain? Like, is she hoping that he's going to, like, confess something? Or
because they didn't have photos. I mean, selfie. You couldn't do selfies back then.
Yeah, what is she hoping to? What is she hoping to achieve from this? I don't know.
It's a good question. And that's our episode, everybody.
And that's our episode. Yes, the late great David Lander, everyone.
Yep. So So everybody, raise a glass in memory of David L. Lander.
I'll raise my water bottle. That's all I have right now.
L'chaim.
So, I'm losing track here, Charles. Is David Lander one of the ones that succumbed to complications due to COVID?
No, that was complications due to MS.
Okay. Yeah, because he's had MS for quite a long time.
Right. We did just lose Charlie Pride to COVID.
Yes, we did just lose Charlie Pride to COVID. And did you see we just lost Boba Fett?
Yes, Jeremy Bulloch.
Yeah, lost Jeremy Bulloch.
Yeah, that was my my brother-in-law John, who is he and my sister-in-law Lisa, they belong to Mando groups.
Oh, yeah.
So they do the Mandalorian cosplay and all that. So then, they go around, they have a group and they go around doing charity stuff. So they were particularly upset about this today.
Yeah, it's very, very sad.
Sharing photos of like they had with Jeremy Bulloch at conventions and stuff.
Yeah.
So rest in peace, Boba Fett. OG Boba Fett.
Yeah. Yeah, David Lander got diagnosed with MS in the early 80s, but didn't really talk about it because it was, first of all, he was going to be typecast anyway as Squiggy.
Yes.
So that was going to make it even harder for him to find work, so he didn't talk about it. And so he has he has an autobiography called something like how Squiggy got multiple sclerosis and didn't tell nobody, which I think is adorable.
That's a great title.
He
That's a
didn't
great
tell
title.
nobody. Yeah.
That's funny.
So, so he was he'd been sick for a long time, almost 40 years. He'd had MS. So
yeah, it's a horrible condition. And
it's a horrible.
I talked about this last time that
yeah.
my former co-host on the Phantom Zone, Karen Lindsay, she has MS.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I learned a little bit about it from her, and it's just horribly cruel.
Yeah,
to have.
it's insidious.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insidious. But
so my deepest sympathies to anybody who has it.
Yeah. He was, so I think I talked about this last time. What happened was he wound up doing a lot of voice work in animated shows and
movies and whatnot.
Video games as well. Yeah. And apparently he was like a talent scout for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I just read that today. That
I didn't know that. That's cool.
He in 1997. I'm sorry. No, he was a Pirates fan, and he loves baseball. So he was a talent scout for the Anaheim Angels and later for the Seattle Mariners.
Okay.
Which is totally crazy.
I wonder who he scouted.
Yeah, that's a good question. I would love to find that out. But and he met Michael McKean in college.
Okay.
They went to Carnegie Mellon together. So he's from Pittsburgh. So he's not from Pittsburgh, but he went to college right outside of Pittsburgh. So so the Lenny and Squiggy thing was something they developed in college together.
Oh, okay.
They took to Los Angeles with them, and thank God.
So they must have pitched that to Gary Marshall or something.
Yeah.
I'm
So
guessing.
thank God Gary Marshall gave it to the world because, it was. I absolutely. Oh, and I completely forgot about this too. I'm looking at this about David Lander. Remember I talked last time about David Lander being a voice on the TV show Oswald?
Yes, I remember.
Well, he apparently had a cousin. He played a penguin named Henry.
Okay.
And Henry apparently had a cousin penguin, and that would be Michael McKean when he would be on the show.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
they continue to work together. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So.
Yeah. I know that. I think McKean came out with a statement after Lander died.
Did he? I thought about looking for that to see on Twitter, but I just knew it would break my heart.
Yeah, I think it's out there. I can't remember exactly what was said, but I'm sure it was very touching.
I recently saw the Law and Order with Michael McKean, where he's married in the episode to his real life wife Annette O'Toole.
Oh yeah.
So
it's pretty amazing that Lenny from Laverne and Shirley got Lana Lang, or Ma Kent from Smallville. Take your pick.
Ma Kent, yeah, exactly. Lana, yeah. If you haven't seen Superman 3,
right,
literally the best thing in that movie is Annette O'Toole, and that is no slight against her. I'm not saying that in a sea of bad things she's the best. Even
better than Richard Pryor and all that. Yes,
so much better than Richard Pryor. She
Robert
is
Vaughn.
She is so good in that, and the scenes in that movie
those are the best scenes in the movie as far as I'm concerned.
It makes it worth watching. It really does make it worth watching. And if you're a fan of the Christopher Guest movies, the movie A Mighty Wind, which was about folk singers coming back for a reunion to honor their late manager.
Yeah.
The Michael McKean and Harry Shearer also came back for that one to be the what was the name of their band in that? I forget. But they do there's a really beautiful song that's done by Catherine O'Hara and Eugene Levy.
Yeah.
And it's called Kiss at the End of the Rainbow.
Yes.
And that song is written by Michael McKean and Annette O'Toole.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yep. They're one of those really sweet couples that I hope just stay married forever.
Yeah.
Like them and like Mark Harmon and Pam Dauber. Like if either one of those couples like breaks up, I'm going to be so distraught.
You're going to be done for the day because you couldn't handle it. Couldn't process it.
Yep, that would be just too much for me to handle. Yeah.
So what's your rating for this episode?
This episode, wow. I'm going to give this 9 out of 10 houndstooth jackets that are actually blue.
You like this one?
I really like this one because
it's pretty good.
Like I said, one of the best things about Twin Peaks was that it got you coming back. So we've got a light, like you said, Charles, you had forgotten how much happens in this episode. So we've got Jones messing around with something. You know, we don't know what she's up to.
We don't know what's up with that puzzle box that she gave
we don't
Catherine.
We don't know what's up with that. We don't even know it's a puzzle box yet. We just know that it's a black box. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a mysterious black box at this point.
We've had 2 Wyndham Earle sightings. We still haven't seen him meet up with Audrey in the library yet. But we've got 2 Wyndham Earle sightings. So we know that Wyndham Earle is still in the woods with Leo.
Right.
We're trying to figure out what's in that box. We've got Catherine and Ben. We're wondering now what's Ben got up his sleeve, because not only does Catherine think he's up to something, we know he's up to something because he came to see Mrs. Hayward and he held her hand and kissed her. So we've got that thing going on. We have the romance between John Justice Wheeler and Audrey. We have
Annie's been introduced.
Annie's here, and we see that Cooper is completely smitten with her.
Yeah.
And we have Cooper like kind of having to run things because Harry is drunk. And we've got Pete Martell trying to do this chess game. So there's a lot going on here that's going to get you coming back. And I really feel like this one came out of the gate swinging.
Yeah.
When they came back after the hiatus.
Plus we get some great Log Lady and Major Briggs stuff in this
That's
episode.
true. We have the Log Lady and the Major Briggs thing, which we're going to find out, I believe, next episode. Annie's going to put it all together for him.
Right.
Because they finally get Harry out of the house. They take him to the diner to get some breakfast. And Cooper is making doodles out of the 2 symbols that he finds. And she sees it and says, "Oh, I see you've been to Owl Cave." And they're all like, "Oh my God. Yeah, that's right. That's what that is."
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we totally meant that. Yeah.
We totally knew that. We're not bad cops. What are you talking about? I mean, Cooper wouldn't know. I mean, why would Cooper know that?
No, because he's from out of town. Yeah, he shouldn't. But but the locals, obviously Deputy Hawk especially, probably, right?
Yeah, you would think Deputy Hawk would know. So it was.
So Hawk dropped the ball on that one, I guess.
Well, I think
so I'm giving.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where you've seen it your entire life, and then until somebody tells you, you're like, "Oh yeah, that's right. I have seen this before." Because even we see Major Briggs, and he's looking at the symbols, and he says, "Something's." You can see he's looking at it, going, "I know what this is. I've seen it before. What is it?" So I think they've all just seen it too many times.
Yeah, maybe it's one of those situations where you're too close to something, and you can't really like picture it as someone coming out of it fresh, I guess.
Yeah.
That maybe, you dismiss it because it's something that you see every day or on a regular basis in this case. And, it doesn't quite register. It just kind of filters as background noise almost.
Right. It just becomes, it's like, how you can drive past the same building every day and then it gets torn down and you're like, what was there?
Yeah.
You just don't
I
even
forget.
remember.
There was something there, right? Yeah.
You're right. It just becomes the background noise of your visual.
Yeah.
Of your visual radar. So.
Yeah. So I give this one 8.5 out of 10. Noses bitten by pine weasel.
Good one.
Yeah. So I liked it just a little bit less than you, but this is, season 2 gets a little bit of, I think, unfairly criticized.
It does, but
because
from here
because
on, it gets pretty
there
darn good.
there are a few episodes, about 4 or 5 that right after the whole Laura Palmer mystery is resolved. So it does kind of take a creative dive, but then it comes out of it. But unfortunately,
Oh
by this
yeah,
point, a lot of the audience had checked out now that the mystery was resolved and the damage had been done.
because that's the
So,
thing we've had. Because haven't we been through Little Nicky by this point?
yeah, I think so,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we've had Little Nicky, we've had James Hurley.
We had the James Hurley saga.
Well, and the thing about the James Hurley saga, because I think about this, and as much as we love James as a character, that plot line essentially went nowhere. It just was a
Right.
lot of episodes to tell us James isn't coming home.
Yeah.
So it's like we went through a lot for nothing, frankly, is how it feels.
I guess it was just like, well, we need to give him one more spotlight before we write him out of the show.
Right. Yeah. Right. So
But even then, it wasn't even that great of a spotlight.
it
So,
wasn't that great of a story. It's like you knew she was playing him. You knew something else was going up that he wasn't realizing. And it just took too long to tell us that we're not going to get more of this character.
yeah, exactly. To write him out of Donna's life, essentially.
Right.
Yep. So, don't have any Ghostwood mail. No Gmail this time, sadly.
Gmail.
The Gmail. But if you want to write to us at ghostwoodpodcast@gmail.com. It's ghostwoodpodcast@gmail.com. Or you can reach us on Twitter at Ghostwoodcast on Twitter. Or Ghostwood Twin Peaks Podcast on Facebook, where you can see cool things like me posting that 12 Days of Christmas with the
Yes,
Twin
you should
Peaks
go watch
cast.
that because that's awesome.
Yeah, if nothing else, it'll make you smile, especially when Pete says and a dead body and wrapped in plastic. Yeah, something like that. So a body dead wrapped in plastic, something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, reach out to us. Zane, where can they reach you on the interwebs?
Well, I'm on Facebook as Xan Sprouse, and I am on the Twitters and the Instagrams as Udinax19. And if you want to keep hearing my thoughts on movies, you can find me and DJ Nick and Rachel Friend and our various excellent co-hosts on Gold Standard, the Oscars podcast. And you can also hear me and Charles talk about our favorite movies while imbibing adult beverages on Drunk Cinema.
There you go. And
You,
we have a pretty good one coming up, which I'll talk about here in a minute.
we have
Unless you want to talk about it now first.
No, you can talk about it.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
As for me, of course, at Charles Skaggs on Twitter, at Charles Skaggs on Facebook, also at Charles Skaggs on Instagram, and my blog of geeky things. Wait for it. Come on, Cooper.
Damn good coffee. And hot.
Damn Good Coffee and Hot, where I talk about all the stuff we talk about here on Ghostwood, including Twin Peaks stuff, David Lynch stuff, just whatever comic book sci-fi goodness, news of my other podcast for Southgate Media, including the Phantom Zone podcast that I do with DJ Nick and occasionally Jesse Jackson, where we just recorded our 199th episode.
Oh, you're so close.
Yeah, we talked the Flash 1990 pilot, and that was a lot of fun watching that.
I should have joined you guys for that one. I should have petitioned to join you for that because that was a fun episode.
That was great. We had a lot of fun talking about that. So if you want to, go check that out, and then come on back for our 200th episode because, well, hey, if we're going to talk the 1990 pilot, we're also going to talk the 2014 Flash pilot, starring Grant Gustin and as Barry Allen the Flash, or Candice Patton as Iris West. And because we did the 1990 pilot first, chronologically, that we're going to try to do a little bit of comparing and contrasting the two pilots and the two eras in the process. So
that's a good idea.
So that's our big 200th episode. And then probably after that, Nick and I will be doing WandaVision, the first Marvel Cinematic Universe show on Disney Plus that debuts in January. So stay tuned for that.
Good one.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Nice.
Yeah, and then Next Stop Everywhere, the Doctor Who podcast that I do with Jesse Jackson and assorted wonderful special guest companions like my wonderful co-host here on Ghostwood, Xan Sprouse, and DJ Nick, and others, where we talk all things Doctor Who, Torchwood, Sarah Jane Adventures, Big Finish Audios, and we're also going to be doing a commentary of our own on this coming up, Next Stop Everywhere, where Hannah Scarappa, former special guest companion, is going to be returning, and we're going to be talking The Husbands of River Song from the Peter Capaldi era.
Nice.
So we're going to do this will be our second commentary episode on Next Stop, and that's going to be great because, well, hey, we finally get to talk some Peter Capaldi again, and Hannah's not too bad, pretty good with the commentary. Not obviously as good as Xan Sprouse, but she does great in her own right, and it should be a lot of fun. I hope everybody checks that out. And then Titan Talk the Titans podcast, where DJ Nick, Jesse, and I it's currently on hiatus, waiting for Titan Season 3 and Doom Patrol Season 3 to finally arrive on HBO Max, but we're getting a lot of Facebook likes. I mean, we got over 400 now.
That's good.
Which is insane. 430. So it's pretty crazy. And the way this, even though we're not doing any new episodes, it's almost like we haven't left because we're getting so many downloads on that. So
that's fantastic.
It's a pretty good little international phenomenon this thing has become. So I hope everybody checks that out. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, Drunk Cinema, the Drunk Cinema podcast that I do with Zan, our little side gig, where we talk movies and have our little commentaries and have some adult conversation with adult beverages, like Zan said.
That's what we do, yep.
And tomorrow we're going to be recording our Christmas episode. So what better movie to talk about at Christmas time than the ultimate Christmas movie, Die Hard.
Heck yeah.
So yippee-ki-yay, mother effers, which over on Drunk Cinema we can say in full. So
yes, we can. We are adults and we deserve an adult glass.
Exactly. We get to sit at the big kids table, not the little kids table.
That's right. Well, the kids have all gone to bed is the deal.
Yeah, exactly. This is the after dark.
Yes.
And now it's dark, right?
And now it's dark. Yes.
And now it's dark, yeah. So yeah, it's a little for the mature audience.
Mm-hmm.
Although, think about it, how mature could it be with yours truly there, right?
I know, that's the thing. We are a little bit infantile sometimes, but it's it's good times.
It's part of our charm, hopefully. Hopefully you think so. But so if you liked what we did with Batman and Ferris Bueller's Day Off, well, wait till you get a load of what we do with Die Hard.
Wait till you get a load of me.
So next time on Ghostwood, episode 90, and like I said, we'll probably do this in January because, hey, we obviously need to do some holiday shopping.
Yes, exactly.
We talked it over a little bit before the podcast, trying to figure out what we're going to do. And since we were supposed to get a new Dune movie by now.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But because of COVID and other things, and obviously Warner Brothers deciding that, well, because of the pandemic, that they're going to release all their movies on HBO Max instead for 2021. That's been pushed off until October of 2021. Mm-hmm. So, well, hey, Zane and I talked about it. He's like, well, we need to do the Dune movie we should have gotten, or at least a Dune movie. So what better time than right now to do the 1984 Dune directed by David Lynch?
Exactly.
At long last.
Yes.
Not the Alan Smithy version.
The David Lynch version.
Not the 3-hour version that gets pretty tedious with that Frank Herbert narration.
It puts us to sleep.
Yeah, pretty much. This is the theatrical version.
Yeah.
So that should be a lot of fun.
That works.
At long last, we're going to do Dune. What better way to start off 2021? Finally getting our to-do list. And I think I hope everybody checks it out because it should be this is one I've been dying to get to.
Yeah, this is as much as this movie got a bad review, we still love it. It's still Dune. It's still awesome. So.
I know it has its detractors, and I know Lynch feels that it's the one movie that failed for him.
Well, and he had, he clashed a little bit with Dino.
Yeah.
You got two people that want to have full control, and that never ends well.
Yeah. So this is one of the reasons why we want to also do the version that has David Lynch's name on it.
Mm-hmm.
So out of respect for him, and hey, it's shorter, right? So if nothing else for that too.
Exactly.
I hope so. Everybody check it out. And if you got any thoughts, write to us at Ghostwood about Dune. I know it does have its detractors, but I'm not one of them. I really enjoy this movie a lot. It's still, at the moment, my favorite version, presuming we ever get the Denis Villeneuve version at some point in the future.
I mean, I'm so torn about it because I want it now, so I'm willing to watch it
Right?
on TV at home. As much as I would love to see it in the theater, I want it right now.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm torn.
At least we're getting Wonder Woman 1984 here in just a few
Yes,
days.
yes, we are.
Yep. And cheers to HBO Max for finally getting that Roku deal done.
Yeah, heck yeah. I'm setting that up
Just
right
in
now,
time.
baby.
Just in time. Yeah, that's what she's doing at this very moment, you guys. So that's pretty
Yeah,
fun.
it's like now that the DVD's done playing, I can actually go onto the Roku and set it up. So, because the Roku is fantastic, because from the Roku, and because of my smart TV is a Google TV,
Yeah.
so there's stuff I can't get, but on my Roku, I can watch my Apple TV, I can watch Masterclass. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff I can do on the Roku that I can't do on the Google TV. So it's
You can
very
watch
nice.
Mystery Science Theater on Pluto TV.
Heck yeah, you can.
Yep. Or classic Doctor Who.
Pluto TV is so fantastic.
Yeah. Although they do have way too many commercials every 5 minutes, but
They do.
it's what you get for
Yeah.
free. It's what you get for free, right?
That's the thing. Yeah, you get
That's the price.
that's the price you pay, you know. You get what you pay for.
So everybody, I want to give a special shout out to our listeners, everybody who spent the past year listening to us here on Ghostwood, and
Yes.
hopefully you keep listening to us in 2021. We'd love to hear from all of you, so write to us. And Zane, I once again, I want to wish you a happy 4th anniversary for Ghostwood.
Yes, happy 4th anniversary to you, Charles. I think it's been a wonderful time. And
Happy
I hope
4th anniversary of our podcast relationship.
Yes, our podcast relationship. And I feel like we need to keep doing this as much as we possibly can.
You don't have to tell me twice. I love
Yeah.
talking with you. So
I love talking with you, and if we
you get sick of me far sooner than I will get sick of talking to you. Let's
I
put it
seriously
that way.
doubt that. I seriously doubt that.
If regardless, hopefully everybody comes on back. Episode 90, the 1984 Dune at long last. And we'll see you next time right here on Ghostwood, the Twin Peaks podcast. Happy New
holidays,
Year, everybody.
everybody.